Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you wanted to start a conversation but didn't know how, or felt nervous, stumbling over your words, wishing you could talk to anyone with ease and confidence? You're not alone, and in today's video, we're going to unlock the secrets to becoming a confident and engaging communicator. Welcome to Brainpower Academy, where we dive into practical tips and strategies to help you unlock your full potential. Today, we'll explore the art of talking to anyone, whether it's a stranger, a colleague, or even someone you admire. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable strategies backed by psychology, real-life examples, and tips from books like How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie and The Charisma Myth by Olivia Fox Cabane. You know, I've met so many people over the years who seem to just light up a room when they walk in. They talk to everyone with such ease, making everyone feel seen and heard. And I used to wonder, what's their secret? Were they just born with this gift? But over time, I've learned that being a good communicator is like any other skill. It's something you can learn and cultivate. And the first step is understanding why we struggle in the first place. One of the biggest barriers is fear. Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of saying the wrong thing. Our brains are wired to protect us from threats, and sometimes a simple conversation can feel like a threat to our ego. This triggers our fight-or-flight response, releasing stress hormones that make our hearts race, palms sweat, and minds go blank. We've all been there, right? And then there's overthinking. We replay past conversations in our heads, analyzing every word and gesture, wondering if we came across the right way. We overthink future conversations, planning out every detail only to freeze up when the moment arrives. We build these elaborate scenarios in our minds, creating unnecessary pressure and anxiety. The truth is, most of the time, people are much more interested in connecting with you than judging you. They're too busy worrying about their own insecurities to even notice your perceived flaws. As the wise Dale Carnegie once said, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years, by trying to get people interested in you. So let's shift our focus from ourselves to others and see how that changes things. Think about a time when someone genuinely listened to you, when they made you feel seen and understood. Didn't that feel amazing? That's the power of connection, and it all starts with overcoming those initial barriers. Remember, it's okay to feel nervous, it's human. The key is to not let those nerves control you, and that's what we're going to explore in the next chapter. Alright, let's dive into the nitty-gritty of how to have those easy breezy conversations that leave you feeling energized and connected. First up, the power of a smile. Never underestimate the impact of a genuine smile. It's like a universal welcome sign that instantly makes you more approachable. When you smile at someone, you're non-verbally saying, I'm friendly, I'm open, and I'm happy to see you. And guess what? Smiling isn't just good for the receiver, it's good for you too. Studies show that smiling releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that lift your mood and reduce stress. Next, let's talk about the magic of listening. You know, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Active listening is about truly tuning in to what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. It's about making eye contact, nodding your head, and asking clarifying questions. When you listen attentively, you make people feel valued, respected, and understood, and that's a powerful foundation for any conversation. Now let's tackle the art of small talk. I know, some people dread small talk, but it's really just a way to break the ice and find common ground. Start with simple, open-ended questions like, what brings you here? Or how's your day going? These questions invite people to share their stories and give you clues about their interests. Speaking of interests, finding common ground is like striking gold in a conversation. It could be a shared hobby, a mutual friend, or even a funny observation about the situation you're both in. When you find those points of connection, it's like you're speaking the same language, and the conversation flows much more effortlessly. Now let's talk body language. You know, communication isn't just about the words we say, it's about how we carry ourselves. Keep an open posture, avoid crossing your arms, and maintain relaxed eye contact. And here's a little charisma tip: lean in slightly when the other person is talking. It shows you're engaged and interested in what they have to say. Remember, confident communication is a combination of verbal and nonverbal cues. It's about being present, engaged, and genuinely interested in the other person. And the more you practice these principles, the more natural and effortless it will become. Chapter 3. Confidence-building tips for talking to anyone. Now I know what you might be thinking. Oprah, this all sounds great, but what if I still feel shy or nervous? Well, I've got you covered. Remember, even the smoothest talkers had to start somewhere. It's like learning to ride a bike. It takes practice, but once you get it, you never forget. My first tip is simple. Practice makes perfect. Start small. Strike up a conversation with the barista at your favorite coffee shop, chat with the cashier at the grocery store, or compliment someone on their outfit. The more you put yourself out there, the easier it becomes. Here's another powerful tip: focus on the other person. When you shift your attention away from your own anxieties and onto the person you're talking to, something magical happens. You become less self-conscious and more present in the moment. Plus, people love to talk about themselves, so give them the space to do so. Ask questions, listen attentively, and watch their face light up as they share their passions. Now, I'm all for being prepared, but don't overthink it. You don't need a script for every conversation. Instead, think of a few conversation starters or icebreakers that you can use in different situations. Maybe it's a current event, a funny anecdote, or a question about their work or hobbies. The key is to be flexible and let the conversation flow naturally. And speaking of flowing naturally, let's talk about silence. Don't be afraid of a little pause in the conversation. Silence is a natural part of communication. Use it to gather your thoughts, reflect on what the other person said, or simply enjoy a moment of connection. As Olivia Fox Cabane, author of The Charisma Myth, says, charismatic people know how to use pauses for emphasis. Finally, let's tap into the power of visualization. Before you approach someone, take a moment to visualize a positive outcome. Imagine yourself having a relaxed, engaging conversation. See yourself smiling, listening attentively, and connecting on a deeper level. Neuroscience tells us that visualization can prime our brains for success, so why not give it a try? Chapter 4: Real-life examples and success stories. When I think about the power of connection, I think about my own journey. When I first started out in television, I was so nervous, so unsure of myself. But I learned that the key to connecting with people, whether it's one person or a studio audience, is to be genuinely curious and empathetic. I remember interviewing Maya Angelou for the first time. I was completely in awe of her wisdom and her presence. But instead of letting my nerves get the best of me, I approached the interview with a genuine desire to learn from her, to understand her story. And you know what? That authenticity created a space for a truly magical conversation to unfold. Think about the people you admire, those who seem to effortlessly connect with others. What is it about them that draws you in? Is it their warmth, their humor, their ability to make you feel seen and heard? Often it's a combination of these qualities, and the good news is, these are qualities we can all cultivate within ourselves. Let's say you're at a networking event and you spot someone you'd love to connect with. Instead of letting fear hold you back, take a deep breath, remind yourself that everyone is there to connect, and approach them with a smile and a simple opening line like, "Hi, I'm your name, it's great to meet you. What brings you here today?" Or maybe you're reconnecting with a friend you haven't seen in a while. Instead of overthinking the conversation, focus on being present, listening attentively, and asking meaningful questions about their life. People appreciate it when you remember the little details they've shared with you. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity for connection, for growth, and for learning. So embrace those opportunities, be yourself, and watch your confidence soar. Chapter 5: Fun Facts about Communication. Now, I want to leave you with a few fun facts about communication that might surprise you. Did you know that 93% of communication is nonverbal? That's right, our body language, our tone of voice, our facial expressions, they all speak volumes. So pay attention to those nonverbal cues both in yourself and in others. Here's another interesting tidbit. People are more likely to remember how you made them feel than what you said. So focus on creating positive, uplifting interactions. Be kind, be compassionate, and be present. Those feelings will linger long after the conversation is over. And finally, did you know that active listening can actually make you more persuasive? When you truly listen to someone, you're showing them respect, and that respect builds trust. And when people trust you, they're more likely to be open to your ideas and suggestions. So there you have it, my friends. Remember, confident communication is a skill that can be learned and honed over time. Start small, be yourself, and focus on connecting with others authentically. You've got this. Outro: go out there and shine. Talking to anyone with ease and confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being genuine, present, and open. Start small, focus on the other person, and remember, every conversation is a chance to grow. Smile and lean forward slightly. If this video gave you valuable insights, Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our Brainpower Academy community. Let's continue unlocking the secrets to confidence, connection, and success. See you in the next video.